Have you ever heard of Warhammer 40k? Of course you have. So there's this really cool unit that's really hard to kill, and they're really exciting. It's called Wraiths, and they're 4 wounds each. They've got a 4 pinball, and they got a 5-up feel no pain. Could you imagine how hard it would be to get through that, like in units of 6? But like, what if we had units of 10? That would be really cool. And what if they costed less per model, and they also did more damage? But just hear me out on this one. Like, what if also they had a 2-up save, and then I think we can balance it. Let's allow characters to attach to them that give them free strats. Let's also give them deep strike. And then we'll also give them the ability to move after getting shot at, and then the ability to prevent units from falling back entirely. I think we can balance this still. Change the army rule from full rerolls within your power matrix to like sustained or lethal, just army-wide, you pick it pre-game. And then we'll create an enhancement that'll give out criticals on 5s. I think we could roll with that. It sounds very fair. It's basically just a rapid ingress brick of complete nonsense that takes up a ton of space. It's close to impossible to kill, and it puts out a ton of damage because of your army rule. Today, if you could not tell from the intro, I will be doing a deep dive into the nature of the Black Templar Assault Terminator. So, how does one Terminator? What is a Terminator, you may be wondering? Can you one day become a Terminator? Is it the thing that went back through time to kill John Connor? Does it simply mean Arnold Schwarzenegger's the man? It does. It definitely does. Arnold Schwarzenegger is the man. But what it actually means is that this unit of Assault Terminators is fucking busted. I do want to make my position clear that I may hate this unit, but that doesn't mean I don't think it's hilarious and amazing and overpowered. But overpowered shit gets me excited, and whether or not I use it, whether or not I faced it, simply put, it's fun as hell to just break these units down, just figure out how much damage they can really do. And one of the things that you're going to notice is that this unit is impossible to kill. But first things first, we have an Ancient in the unit and the Terminator Captain. The Ancient can give you +1 to hit once you get through the first model. So once you're below starting strength, +1 to hit. You can get +1 to wound. We're just gonna ignore that. But it's actually a little bit more efficient once one model dies because it makes the Ancient hit on 2s and the other guys hit on 3s. So you lose 3 attacks, so you go to 27 instead of 30, but because you're hitting on 3s, you can actually average out slightly more damage. So the Ancient guy, he's the one giving you crits on 5-ups with Sigmund Seal or whatever the hell it's called. Crit on 5s, it's really good, and now you have sustained on 5-ups. Your Captain has the Tannhauser's Bones, and it's my understanding that when you use the strat to be in the other doctrine, you gain all the benefits, meaning that when you use the strat, it activates the part of the enhancement that unlocks once you're in a certain doctrine. And so for this exercise, Feel No Pain is going to be what's on this unit. So it grants you the Feel No Pain for the whole unit as long as you have a certain doctrine enabled. But if it's incorrect, just cite the pages and stuff down below. Don't just tell me it's wrong, just like show me it's wrong. So operating under those assumptions, and the assumption that you can use that strat to activate the Feel No Pain on the unit, this unit starts to become pretty fucking dumb. Because they have 4 wounds apiece. They're Terminators. I mean, they're 4 wounds apiece, toughness 5, 2-up save, 4-up invuln, but a 5-up Feel No Pain on 4 wound models. But before we even get into that, because trying to describe their durability is actually pretty difficult. I could give you a million examples, and nothing kills this unit in one go. Except like one thing, but it's also in this army. And I also did a video on it, so it's linked down below, go check it out. I'll start first by going over this unit's output, because not only is this unit insanely durable, which a lot of Assault Terminators are, they don't usually get Feel No Pains, but Assault Terminators can be very durable. This unit takes it to the next level. The problem with Assault Terminators is that they don't do a whole lot of damage, but this unit does, because it has crit on 5s, sustained, and +1 to hit potentially. Plus it can just do all kinds of crazy stuff with strats and stuff, which we'll get into a little bit later. But first we'll go over their damage, and then we'll talk about their durability. Okay, so to recap here, we got the Captain. He's giving us free strats. We have an Ancient for +1 to hit. One of our guys is dead, so the Ancient himself is hitting on 2s, which is why the unit actually does slightly more damage. They're taking sustained army-wide. They are popping the free strat for Feel No Pain probably, and then using another strat to give them +1 AP. They have sustained on 5s because of Sigmund Seal, or however the hell you say that. And then they have the Tannhauser's Bones as part of them getting Feel No Pain. Those are all the stacks here. Now, normally, Assault Terminators don't really do all that much damage, but these Assault Terminators, they do. And we're going to start off with something that isn't a Land Raider this time, just because I've done that every single time. So I'll start with something else, like, I don't know, Votann Terminators. So you got your 9 Thunder Hammers. It's 27 attacks. It ends up being 12 dead Votann Terminators after everything swings because of dev wounds and all the failed saves and everything else. The captain with a Relic Fist is going to kill 2 by himself, and then you got your Ancient who's got a Thunder Hammer hitting on 2s. He's also going to kill about 2 himself. So in total, you'll wipe the whole unit. You'll kill about 14. Normally, Assault Terminators don't hit very hard, but when you stack this together, when you're critting on 5s, when you've got sustained hits, and then you're +1 to hit, yeah, then they start doing a lot of damage. If we're attacking some regular Terminators, not themselves, but just some regular 3-wound Terminators, you know, Blight Lords, maybe something like that, or maybe some kind of other Terminator from a different faction, like Grey Knight Terminators, we will about kill the entire unit. With our Thunder Hammers, we do get about 7 to 8 of the Terminators themselves, the regular Terminators. The Captain will get about 1, and then the Ancient with the Hammer will get about another 1. So in total, you'll get about 9 to 10 of those Terminators there, which won't get the characters, but you will kill everyone else in the squad there. Against something bigger, like an Imperial Knight, your Thunder Hammers average out to about 22 damage, not including the Feel No Pain on the Knight, so it will get a little bit of damage resistance from this. Your Captain with his Relic Fist, he actually does okay. He averages out to about 4 damage against that Knight, because he is AP 3, remember, so you can see there with the 9 Thunder Hammers, we totaled with 12 wounds. 6 of them are devs, so they take 6 saves, and they're only going to make 1 of them because they have a 6-up save, so that's why 11 of them fail there. So yeah, we're AP +1, everything's AP 3. They're only getting a 6-up save. In total, you're going to be doing 30 wounds because that Ancient does rock in with another 4. And before it takes any Feel No Pains, it takes 30 wounds from this unit. So this unit, even with 9 guys, still has the capability of killing an Imperial Knight. Even with maybe a couple less, 8 to 7, they'd probably still have the capability of killing the Imperial Knight. Against something like a Land Raider, it does get a little bit more difficult. Your Thunder Hammer still average enough damage to just kill the Land Raider, so that doesn't really matter. At the end of the day, they're going to fail 9 saves because they're going to automatically fail 6 of them from dev wounds and then an additional 3 from their armor saves, because you're only making them take 6 saves, but they're going to fail half of them, even if they use Armor of Contempt, because you're +1 AP. And so in total, you get 9. 9 times 2 is 18, so it's going to take 18 from that. Not so much from the Captains or the Thunder Hammer Ancient, though. In total, they average about 5 wounds between the two, and so you get about 23 wounds on a Land Raider, though, which is still enough to kill it. Now, this is, of course, assuming the Land Raider didn't overwatch them or anything like that. Maybe you threw something else into it so that, they overwatched that instead. Or maybe they already overwatched in the turn something else. Who knows? But in this scenario, we're just charging with all our models, okay? So, Land Raider, dead. Imperial Knight, dead. Terminators, dead. Votann Terminators, dead. How about a Guard Blob? That's one of the things that we like to use. So we still get 36 hits with our Thunder Hammer. We get 24 wounds because we're wounding on 2s. It just kills like 30 of them because 6 of them were dev wounds to begin with. So yeah, you kill like 30 guardsmen. The Captain kills another 6. The Ancient kills another 5. You kill like 40 guardsmen, which is the entire unit. And they're all 2 damage, so the 6 of Feel No Pain on there will come into play a little bit, but maybe once or twice. Marine Squad, we're going to crush these as well with our Thunder Hammers. We do 22, we kill 22 of them just by themselves. The Captain kills another 4. The Ancient kills another 3, so that's just 7 by the 2 characters. So yeah, like 21. So yeah, like 20, what is that, 31? 31 dead Marines from this unit attacking. Accursed Cultist with our Thunder Hammer. Now, this gets a little weird because the unit has 3 wound models and 1 wound models, and they all have a 5-up invuln. They could potentially have a 6-up Feel No Pain, or they may just have that in build. I don't remember off the top of my head, but if you swing in with your Thunder Hammers, generally, you're going to be killing about 17 guys, depending on what they allocate them to. The Captain comes in with another 2, and the Ancient comes in with another 2. And so these are estimates. They're again, it depends on where they allocate wounds and which ones swing which, and it's kind of weird. So total, you'll kill like 20 guys, though. You still kill like the entire cultist unit. So 20 to 21 still will go away there. But some of the things they will have a real hard time beating up against are things like Catan. Anything that's -1 damage, they will have a real hard time against. But Catan with the Thunder Hammers, he's only going to take 6 damage. Yeah, you get 6 dev wounds on him, but he's got a Feel No Pain, and he halves damage, so they become 1 damage, and he just takes Feel No Pains. He's got a 4-up invuln, so the 6 wounds that you do get against him, he gets a 4-up invuln against, so he fails another 3, one of which he passes a Feel No Pain from, so yeah, you take 6 damage there. The captain, the ancient, they come in with about another 2, not quite. In total, you do 7 to 8 wounds to a Catan with all of them attacking, so really not doing great there. And then Avatar, same kind of deal. You do 6 wounds with the devs and with the Thunderhammer 9 guys thing, and the captain comes in for like a half a wound, because this thing's going to be -1 to wound, because it's an Avatar, and you're keeping a Farseer near it. If you have a Farseer, you definitely keep it near it. So they don't do very much there. They total about 7.5 wounds as well. So not so great against Avatars or Catan, anything that's -1 damage. Even a Redemptor Dreadnought, you're going to force that Redemptor Dreadnought to take 6 saves, which it'll fail 3, so it'll take 9 wounds from that, because it doesn't have any kind of feel no pain. You'll take like another wound from the captain, puts you at 10, and you'll probably take another wound or so, another wound and a half from the ancient, putting you at 11.5 wounds. And that was just off the top of my head as quickly as I could possibly do it, and I'm pretty sure that's pretty accurate. They don't quite kill a Redemptor Dreadnought on average, as long as it has Armor of Contempt. So if they're hitting anything that's -1 damage, that unit is very likely not going to die. But against just about everything else, because having -1 damage is pretty rare, but against most other things, this unit can just crush through it. And because it's so durable, it's just like, oh my god, how do I deal with this thing? So this unit is pretty good at killing stuff. Doesn't kill everything, but its output is there, and it's really necessary because it is so durable. If you saw the video about the Sword Brethren, which is probably linked down below, then you know that they are insane and they actually kill anything in the game. There is not another damn thing in this game that can kill this Terminator squad that I can think of, and so I'm not going to give you any specific examples about their durability. Instead, I will just put it into perspective how durable this unit is. It takes 1,200 bolter shots to kill this unit. It takes 120 overcharged plasma gun shots to kill this unit. It takes 60 exocrine shots to kill this unit, accounting for blast and everything. It takes 50 or more las cannon shots to kill this entire unit. Anything with 4 damage basically bounces off this unit because of that feel no pain. Each dude easily tanks 2 4 damage hits, mathematically speaking at least. And that thing with a high amount of damage like that, they never have a lot of shots. It takes like 40 attacks with damage 6 to kill this unit, assuming that you're hitting on 3s. So yeah, nuts ass unit, dude. And there are other Marine detachments that can get Terminator squads with a feel no pain, but not like this. Not every turn. And not with access to insane combat strats like keep you in place or devout push so that I can just move toward you. It's just an insane nutso unit when used correctly. Like, this shit is meteor proof. But what else can this unit do besides hit hard and be durable? Are there any good like tactical plays that you can use them with? And indeed there are. In fact, many when in the Black Templar detachment. So a pretty generic strategy is to just rapid ingress countercharge. So if you haven't heard of that, now you have, because that's what this unit can do. But this unit is so much scarier when it does, because as I've mentioned once or twice, this unit hits like a train and is damn near impossible to kill. So it's like, oh, you screen out, and you screen out my rapid pretty well, and you want to charge my Sword Brethren that just magically deleted a Warlord Titan? Don't want to deal with them, huh? Rapid ingress countercharge. So you thought my Terminators were slow? No, sir. You see, they can actually teleport. Not only did we discover the secrets to deleting matter from existence with magical swords carried by the Sword Brethren, link to that in the video description, we also discovered the secret to faster than light travel, because my Terminators that you screened out very well are now right in your face. Rapid ingress and let one thing see them. This person isn't crazy. They're not charging you. They're shooting your ass. You left a guy out in the open for this tank to see. Just kidding. That was on purpose. And now you can go and devout push. Oh look, it's my turn. I get to move again. Charge. Strat to keep you in combat. Good game. You could even keep these guys on the table in a lot of matchups and just be like, deal with it. Like, you want to shoot me? Okay. You kill like 3 on the best day because your entire army will not see them, and then oops, devout push. You move toward an objective, you steal it away from them. You move behind a wall. You simply just move closer if they're out of shooting. There's all kinds of stuff you can do. They're on the table staging mid-board. I charge with the Sword Brethrens. I keep you in combat. You charge me. I heroically intervene. oh, looks like an impossible to kill Terminator squad just got closer to 2 objectives. Like, there's a lot of really cool things that you can do with these kinds of units. And this unit is just fucking oppressive, dude. And I don't really know how else to describe it. Like, nothing is efficient into them at all. Nothing. The 4 wounds is annoying for sure, but it's that 5-up feel no pain. That just puts them way too far over the edge, where nothing you shoot or hit them with is a good trade. So few things in this game can even churn through them in the first place, and even those units struggle to get it done all at once. And when you have units like this that are durable and put out a ton of damage like these do, you'd be crazy not to take them. They're just a 500 point block that doesn't die. They're a 500 point block that doesn't die, has good OC, slaps with the force of Zeus, and has several ways of mitigating their slow movement because of like rapid ingress, heroically intervening, you know, devout fanaticism, but the push, the fervent push, whatever the hell it's called, the pushing stratagem, push-up stratagem, and then of course no escape for keeping things into combat. And I add no escape because if you can't fall back, then I kill you in your turn, and now I'm free to move and charge again in my turn. So they're just a lot more versatile than like normal assault terminators. At least like that's the assumption I'm making when I make these comparisons and I do these analyses. So you can use them in a lot of different ways because you have a lot more options for them. You can use them as like an immovable object. You can also use them as somewhat of an unstoppable force. Like you can kind of just come into most things and kill it. You can trip people up, slow them down with strats. Like they're not just a slow objective holding blob that kind of bounces off its targets like a regular assault terminator squad would be. And like the Sword Brethren, this unit can be pretty hard to deal with. Like you can't shoot it. Or you just speed it up. You can't charge it because you die, and it doesn't. And when you get into combat, there's like a 66% chance you just stay there and get Thunderhammer shoved up your ass until you explode. So they kind of can just cascade through you, and they're kind of hard to deal with, like pretty straight up. Screening them is something you can do, but they're so much faster than people expect them to be because once they charge, they're hard to get away from, and they're hard to stop. And it's not like you can just scream their army the entire game. Like you're playing against a combat army that wants to be aggressive already. So maybe you delay a turn due to screens, maybe you don't. But by the end of an opponent's like second movement phase, they're absolutely getting to where they want to go in the coming turns. They're in your face, cleaning your screens and keeping you in combat. So these Terminators are probably coming down somewhere in the center, somewhere like they're going to be impactful with the next few turns. And like I said, you don't really need to deep strike them a lot of times. You can just like advance them up turn 1 behind your midboard, thrust over your army stages and gets aggressive, and then you bust out, kill a bunch of shit, and just say, target this unkillable unit. Oh, you didn't target it? Damn. I guess I don't get to get a free move, but it's cool because it advanced into the middle of the board and can now charge basically anything important. So it kind of sets up a damned if you do, damned if you don't situation for your opponent. That's what this unit does. Because normally, you could just hold up assault terminators with like nonsense because like in almost any other detachment, they just don't punch nearly hard enough. But having +1 to hit, sustained, and criticals on 5s is a pretty good way to amp up their damage by like 50%, 33% probably, if it's just sustained and like criticals on 5s. But you couple that with durability that basically no detachment has, and you get this fucking abomination, like an actually insane unit. And so that brings us to the end of this Theory Hammer session, my brethren. If you liked the video, then thunderhammer that like button, subscribe, purge Nurgle's bell icon, leave a comment, tell us what you thought about this absolute freak show of a unit, and check out our other videos as well. Theory Hard Brothers, purge the unclean, let me know how carrying someone's bones can somehow make somebody more durable than a Warlord Titan. But yeah, try not to crusade anybody in the meantime, and I'll see you in the next one.